up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by Profab Headers and Exhaust, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and Earl Ramey Racing Engines. What's going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
What's up, man? Another day of paradise?
Yeah, pretty much. The usual, school and racing and everything else.
Fun. You got soccer this week?
Yep, we got 2 more games this week. We're sitting 5-1 right now. So
Nice.
We haven't played the best teams, but still,
Hey,
this time last year we lost some of these games for sure. So
who did you lose to?
Christian Academy or Myrtle Beach, and really shouldn't have lost. I mean, it's 1-3, but they scored 2 trash goals. I mean,
Pull the goalie.
Well, it was a bad handball in the box. I mean, they call it a handball in the box, which is a penalty kick, but it wasn't. It hit the guy's backside pretty much. I don't know what ref was seeing there, so that was. But they're pretty good, so that wasn't too bad.
Sweet. I like it. Good deal.
What you been up to?
Man, not much. We worked on the car a good bit last week. Ended up, we'll talk about it here in a little while, but ended up over at Florence Motor Speedway this past weekend, and that was all day Saturday, and went to church Sunday morning. Had a good service over at church, and went to Kayla's mom and dad's to go eat, and I actually ate. Then I left there, and I went back over to Florence Motor Speedway. Our friends Andy and Lizzie. Well, Lizzie was testing a little bit. She got her car back. She was testing a little bit and making sure it was decent after she got it back. And then Jimmy, our friend Jimmy, and his nephew Jeremiah, they were out there putting their cars on track for the first time. These cars they got, so all legend cars. So went over there to check them out and see what was going on and all that fun stuff, and stayed out there for a while. And our youth pastor at our church, Landon's in the youth group there, but me and Kayla are good friends with him and his wife, so we kind of join in whenever they're having something with youth. So last night we ended up over at the youth pastor's house for quite a while. Hung out with all the kids and them, and
Cool deal.
Ate some quesadillas and played volleyball.
Sweet.
All that fun jazz. So now my shoulder's hurting today. I was great, I was great after racing and all. No, after serving and stuff, playing volleyball, I'm like, my shoulder's hurting now. I'm getting too old. Oh, fun. But yeah, I guess we can go ahead into it. Had a big day over at Florence Motor Speedway. There was a pile of race cars there.
For sure. Good car counts.
It was in every class.
Packed in field.
Especially legends.
Yeah, it was.
There was, 28? 28, I think.
Final total.
A lot. Good late model stock car count. Charger looked like it fell off a little bit.
Limited 8 or 9 a piece. Not great.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what's going to happen there for a little while, because that's somewhat split Chargers, basically. Yeah. Bring the limiteds over there. I say split. Ain't not 50-50 split, but there were some that.
Yeah, I think I just don't know how many limiteds are in this area right now.
I know.
I feel like Hickory has a good class of them, but there hasn't been a real limited class.
Yeah.
Here for a while, but not a bad start though.
No, not at all. It was there was a fairly decent good field of limiteds, like you said, and what else we had? 4-cylinder. Decent field there. Good racing as always.
Super Trucks had a decent field for them.
Yep. Allison Legacy cars. They were there. I know. I was busy all day. I'll tell y'all about it a little while, but I was busy all day. But there was an Allison Legacy car that parked kind of not right next to us, but a couple trailers down. They apparently did something in practice. They got in a wreck of some sort. Well, the closest trash can to him was right beside our trailer. This dude come over there. I thought it was going to eventually just throw the whole car away.
Wow.
I mean,
That
he just
bad.
kept pulling parts off of it and throwing it in the trash can.
Dang.
Radius rods. I mean, just suspension parts, just
Must have
constantly.
hit pretty hard.
It must
Or-
have, well,
or in the right
harder,
spot.
I was fixing to say, everything wasn't like bent bad. It was just like all bowed, like just enough.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, there was, y'all might think I'm crazy. I don't know, but he threw some rods in there with heim joints on. I'm looking at the heim joints. I'm like, hey, I reached in there, feel them. I was like, hey, nothing wrong with them heim joints. Let me get them. Let me get in. That's a good backup.
Yeah.
You know, something at the track happened. That'll work. That'll work. So, anyway, first I do want to say congratulations to Matt Cox and his wife on the birthday. Their
It was
new
Friday
baby
or something.
Friday night, like 7 o'clock. I got to the track and I saw Matt's trailer already there, and I was like, "Wow, Matt's coming!" You know, being that they had the baby. Matt did not show up for practice at all. He showed up to qualified fifth, ran sixth. That's what he said. He said, "I'm just here for points today." So
Yeah. Well,
he got out the car and
done.
went back home to the baby. So congratulations to them. That's pretty cool. But anyway, late model stock. I forgot to mention Bandoleros are also racing. So pilot classes out there. I don't know who won everything. I didn't get to watch too much. I know late model stock. Connor Hall won it.
19 late model stocks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty good.
It went caution free, I think.
Yes, 75 laps, caution free. That's pretty stout. We got out of there early.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I say we got out of there early. Racing got done earlier, and I ended up talking, and I'd go from one person, somebody else catch me, and end up staying forever talking there. So, anyway, all right. Well, yeah, the car that I'm driving now, our newest car, the Lucky Penny, as we call it, as everybody has seen it now. We took it to Florence for the first time. The first time we took it there, and the only other time we've had it out was at Dillon at the New Year's Bash, and not a great showing for us at the Bash, but it was just, I didn't take much from that because the track was just so.
It was a weird week.
It was weird, and it was wet and cold, and it just wasn't a good weekend for racing. So I didn't take much from that. So we come back and we changed gear. That was one thing we really wanted to do. Trying something different there. Just changed up some stuff on the car, and we took it out there Saturday, and it was. Got there first round of practice. And it was okay. But let's see. Joe Ryan
It was about
Racing
a stout
was there.
field you'll find.
Yes.
Anywhere.
I know. Well,
There was at least 10 or 12 that could win a weekly.
that's
show.
what I was fixing to say. But let's see. There was Joe Ryan race cars, AK Performance, which are always two of the top teams at any Legends event. But there was also a few more. Josh Lowe, he's always fast.
Yeah. Whoever that crafting guy is that won the New Year's Bash.
Yeah, he was there.
Um,
Carter McMurray was there.
Yeah, I got to talk to Jamie McMurray. Actually.
You did talk to Jamie?
He was. We were spotting. Well, I wasn't spotting. I was up the spotter stand watching, and I saw him walking. I didn't know Carter McMurray was there or anything.
Yeah.
I saw him walking around. I was like, "That's gotta be him." Then I heard him talk, and it was quite obvious. When we were walking down, I spoke to him for a minute. Asked him. Said it was his first time.
Yeah.
Legend car.
And ran good.
Yeah, told him he did good and all. And so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I wish you'd been out there with us.
Yeah, we had a lot. We just had a lot going on.
I know you
this week.
did. I know.
Hopefully this weekend.
I always like it when you're on track with us. I feel like I got somebody I can chase and be better.
Hopefully this weekend we can get it done.
Oh yeah. So we went out to first practice, and a year ago, times we were turning, we'd have been all right. We'd have been top 5, 6, 7. This year, nah, we're way off. Way off.
Maybe even on a weekly show you wouldn't have been that So this was a weekly show, but there was
yeah.
it seems like every
It wasn't a
every third
typical
race
crowd.
there's a crazy. Like last week, I don't feel like you'd have been.
No, I think I'd have been top 5 easy.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I'll put it out there, and I invited Jacob Staton, Jacob Staton, to come on the show today. I don't know if he ever got my message, honestly. He was stupid fast. First lap off trailer, 19.4 in a legend car.
Yeah,
at Florence Motor Speedway. That's insane. That is insanely fast. What was Charger turning?
What, like O's and 1880s and 90s? Yeah.
So they're right there at the Charger cars. I mean, not far off Charger cars, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to think about. And so we decided to approach our setup a little bit, or our changes anyway. We decided to approach it a little bit different this week. But what happens is our second round of practice, and I think we've talked about this before, but our second round of practice at Florence Motor Speedway is also our qualifying. So we adjusted and got it a little better, but we needed more.
Yeah.
So we ended up qualifying. I don't know where exactly we qualified actually, but
about 16th, 17th.
I think that's what it was. But it put us starting 5th in the B main, and they were taking top 5 out of B main to the main. So we take off, and we made a pretty big swing at it at that point. We was like, well, we either going or going home, 1, 2. Made a pretty big swing at it, and the car got pretty fast. Took a few laps coming in, but it got pretty good. I mean, still not turning 19.4s.
I mean, yeah.
By no means. But for our standards, I feel like it got pretty good. And we ended up battling there. I moved up to 4th one time. We had a restart. Our buddy Matt Grantham, unfortunately, had a wreck there on the front straightaway. Talked to him some last night. He said tweaked the front end a little bit, but it's not. He says just a little bit off, but he thinks he's going to try to straighten it. So he said you should be back at Dillon this week. Hopefully so. But I come around and I just littered his car last week too, and I was like, man.
What number was it?
6.
Still 6.
Yeah.
Did it look any different?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was like a silver pewter color with blue numbers.
Yeah.
It actually
I didn't know that was him.
It's a color scheme just like mine, except his is silver.
Yeah.
With blue numbers, blue chrome numbers.
Yeah, that's right. I know what you're talking about
that
now.
color.
Yeah. I did see it. I just didn't know that was who was in it.
Yep. So anyway, he so unfortunate. But what happened was in practice, a boy got into it and turned down on him, and the other guy ended up flipping off the track, and it tore up more on Matt's car than what he realized. Which that stunk. So, but anyway, so kind of ran 4th, 5th, and like I said, the car came in the longer we went. We got a decent run there at the end. Yeah, and I was able to make it up to 3rd.
I was about to go on the radio and tell y'all to calm down because 6th place wasn't really gaining on it, but y'all were 3rd, 4th, or 5th. We're fighting pretty hard amongst yourselves there.
Well, I wasn't really trying to fight hard. That was the funny part is I wasn't trying to. I was comfortable because I riding right there in 5th. But all of a sudden, I think it was 26 car. He goes to try to go up under Barry, and they made contact going into 1. Well, when they did, 77 Thomas Martucci, he was kind of riding on the high side. Well, when that happened, they all just kind of washed up the track. So I dove to bottom under him, got under him. Well, go down the back straightaway. I'm looking on the 26. Well, he blocks me. So I let it ride through 3 and 4. We come down the front stretch. I'm looking under him again, and he blocks me again. Well, when I go in 1, I didn't knock him out of the way. I didn't dump him, but I put the bumper to him and moved him up the track and passed him. I really wasn't trying to make it crazy, but
I mean, obviously, 2 cars get together, it bottlenecks everybody behind.
Yeah, but for sure.
It also ride. All made it.
Yeah, everybody made it. That was right there. But that put us at the back of the feature. So, and I told my dad, and friend Mike Ulan was over there with us, and Andy was spotting for me, and I told him that I'm gonna lay back here the first little bit of this race because I figured it would kind of get crazy, and I was gonna ride and more or less fill the car, use it as a testing session because if you finish outside the top 3, it don't make a difference anyway. So we rode and we adjusted on the car again before that race, and I think we went a little too far. Still making good laps, but it just we need to. I think there's a couple more things we need to do to it and get it right. And but then, come 5 laps to go. Well, I think it was about 6 or 7 laps ago. There was a restart, and there was a 24 car in front of me, and he might have been a few rows in front of me. But anyway, we go into 3, and he almost. I thought he was wrecking. I thought he was spinning, but he gathers it up and he just nails the gas. Well, me and Barry, the 28 car, were side by side already. Yeah. Well, the 24 car, when he nails the gas up in front of us, well, he ends up right dead to my outside. So I am in the middle of 3 wide. Well, I'm all right with the guy on the outside because I know he's going through the wall. I know where he's going. I know I'm following him up. Yeah. The guy on the inside is always the one I'm worried about because I'm like, what is he going to stay down? Because if not, it's going to be bad for all of us. Well, Barry, I don't know what happened. He said he might have got a little tight. He didn't know. He didn't realize we were 3 wide, he said. They were telling him car high, but I think he thought I was only 1 and I was going to go out to the wall. So we come out of 4, and when we did, he comes up, and I'm watching him because I gave him a little room, and he's coming up, and about the time he's getting to me, I knew it was about to happen, so I hit the brakes to try to back out of it, and him and the car on the outside both caught my front wheels, and they just turned straight together almost. And I mean, it kind of tore up both them cars.
Tore the other one.
Yeah, tore the 24 up pretty bad. I don't feel like I could have done nothing there. Yeah. I was just kind of the monkey in the middle, I guess. I don't know. I feel like if you're that car that's on the outside and you're doing that, you probably should just follow back in line where you can. I feel like, I understand racing, but we were far enough back that where are you racing for?
Yeah.
You know?
You don't need to throw 3 wide.
No, not at that point. Not 5 laps to go, and we're battling for, I don't know, probably 15th. Yeah. So, I did make up some in the race before that. So, that was, we learned some stuff on the car. So that was the best thing. So when that happened, like I said, I guess I was going to have to go to the back. I don't know. I was involved in it. I don't know. I was just like, I'm coming off. I ain't going to tear nothing else up. Yeah. I thought I might have tore something up then, but we didn't. Checked all over it. Everything's good.
Good deal.
All I did was bend the bumper or something. And that wasn't even then. That was under a caution. There was a young boy in front of me. We'll put it that way. And apparently somebody told him when the caution comes out, you hit the brakes hard as you can.
Dang.
He just stops in the middle of the track right in front of me. So I was just, our buddy Terry said that was on here last week. Terry Radford said it was fun watching me drive forward. I was just giving you something to talk about there, Terry. That's all it was. We knew you needed some excitement there on the broadcast and on the track PA there.
We turned it on there. About 5 cautions there in the last several laps.
I somehow missed a big wreck down in 1.
It wasn't too bad though. It really.
No, it could have been big. It could have been big. It wasn't as bad, near as bad as I thought, but it just seemed to have the potential to be bad. So I don't know. But that was it. That was really it.
We'll try again this week.
Yeah.
In Dillon.
And that's what I want to talk to you about. But congratulations to all the winners there at Florence Motor Speedway. I don't have them pulled up, so sorry. But congratulations, everybody. I know Owen Zacharias won the Bandoleros again. Like I said, Connor Hall won late model stock. Jacob Staten won Legends. Trying to think who else, if I knew anybody else right off the bat. Cody Kelly won trucks.
The Frank, the young kid, in limiteds.
Darren Krantz Jr. Was he like 13 now?
I don't know what he is.
I don't know. He's young. So congratulations, everybody over there. Good job. So you bring up Dillon Motor Speedway. There has been a slight change of events over there, and I want your reaction to it anyway. You know what I'm talking about already, but Dillon Motor Speedway decided that we had a drivers meeting over there, and I'd actually like to get little Ricky Lottler did win. Charger, that's right. We had, but I'd like to get Ron on here to actually talk about it and see, what went on, because I know there was something went on, whatever. We had a yearly rules and meeting there at the first of the year over at Dillon Motor Speedway. And the topic was brought up about going INEX sanctioned at Dillon Motor Speedway. And he was pretty adamantly against it for the most part. Wanted to go by the rules, but just not be an INEX track necessarily. I'm going to say, I think the biggest thing came in, if we were going to be able to get the Hoosier INEX tires, or U.S. Legend Cars Inc. tires, he was going to have to go INEX sanctioned. I think that's probably what it came down to. That's what I'm going to guess. I don't know, but that's what I'd guess.
That's the most likely, yes.
But it was a change from we're not going to be INEX to now we're going to be INEX. What do you think?
I don't know. I think we'll be able to tell a lot more the effect after this week. It just all depends on who shows up. If it's an INEX crowd, it'll definitely change how it goes over there. If it's the usual crowd, it might just be status quo. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I'm interested to see how it'll work. I don't know.
Douglas, thank you real quick, man. I appreciate that. Matt Briggs won mini stop.
Right. Yeah, we were over in the back. I couldn't see.
Yeah, we were on the back. We were over there in turn 2 on the back, and I couldn't see nothing from where we were. So, appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to. We'll find out this week based on who shows up.
Yeah. I feel like, and I don't see why not. I feel like it may not happen this week, but I feel like probably the crowd that runs Florence for the most part will end up over at Dillon,
closer to the North Carolina border anyway.
Exactly. And I'm gonna be quite honest. I'm just gonna be quite frank. That was a reason that I enjoyed actually going to Dillon, was because I don't dislike none of those guys by no means. I'm not saying that. But there's just so many different levels of experience that we're racing with. If you run the INEX, like the Nationals, the Summer Shootout, there's different classes of legend cars. There's I don't know all the names. I know there's Young Lions,
Semi-Pro,
and Masters. Young Lions is the young guys, obviously. Semi-Pro is kind of, I guess, more like a amateur.
It's the older,
class.
but you're not quite. You're not quite as much experience. Then Pro's the real deal.
Yep, and then Masters is
40 or 50 and over.
Yeah.
Like that.
So, if we're gonna have 30 cars every week, I'm okay with somehow let's split this up at least into 2 races. 15 cars, legend cars on the track is plenty. I feel like maybe there you go, Pete. Pete just said might need to help save money by limiting the 2 tires a week.
Yeah.
That's still a lot of money.
Yeah, I would say 1 tire a week.
I say 2 tires every month.
But at least there will be tires.
At least there will be tires. I agree.
Scavenging and
I agree. It's just I wish we were on a tire program like every other class was or is. Late models, Charger, everything is on a tire program of some sort. Even mini stock, I know they making. I don't know how many they can buy now. I know at one point in time it was 2. I don't know. It may be 4 now.
Yeah,
I don't know, but at Dillon at least, I just wish we were on a tire program. But that's another another conversation there. I don't know, but it was nice to go over there and not be in the cluster, I guess we'll say, of so many cars. It's not that I don't want to compete against them, because I mean that's why we're there to compete. But I'm trying to remember. I think it was Dennis that said it, and actually I was like, man, that would be smart. Actually, there is a great young, what will be considered a young Lions crowd at Florence Motor Speedway. I mean, there's a ton of kids out there that can really drive, and they drive fast cars. There is also what would be considered a great pro level. The pros and the young Lions there could have a good race together. I say put that together, and then put the semi-pro and masters together.
Yeah. I don't know. The only thing is, like I said, I have to wait to see who shows up. You don't know.
I know.
You don't. You know, it dips during the summer months, and a random day there'll be 20 cars, 25 cars. At the very next week there'll be 7. You know, it just.
I know.
It's hard to do.
I know, and there's no perfect way of doing it by no means. I just kind of wish there was a way to, have. Anybody wants to race for INX points?
Yeah.
Run that. Then we have a complete separate class of us that don't care nothing about INX points.
At least we'll have our little point system.
Yeah, we got a cool point system
I guess
going
it's starting this week, is it?
I don't know. That's the only thing.
I have to post in there tonight, see.
Yeah, we were trying to get it out of Barry the other night. He was waiting on the actual schedule to come out from Dillon, I don't know, to make sure of what dates.
Yeah.
So
you kind of guesstimate, but
I know they were talking about 8 races from each track, but now I think I've heard maybe just 16 races, and then you drop your 4 worst. It don't matter where.
Yeah,
just whatever. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll post all that up when it comes up. But anyway, so Dillon this week. I'm happy, like I said, that there's tires available. I am happy about that, but I don't want to get into a tire war, basically, as in who can just buy the most tires and have new tires every week.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I think that's what kind of got us our main stocks was buying tires, and if you win, you don't even make your tire money back.
Well, that's my thing is, and I'm not downing them because this is just what Legends don't pay nothing. I mean, Legends pay at Florence Motor Speedway it's $150 to win. Dillon, I know at one point in time I think it was like $200 to win a set of tires for us.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we don't buy tires, we don't buy gas from the track, so it's not the worst thing.
I get that,
but we still do buy tires and buy gas, just not.
Well, we're going to be buying them from the track now. Yeah. You would have to win for a solid month over there to buy a set of tires. For what tires for a Legend cost, they're right at $700-ish, $600 and some odd, right at $700. And I completely understand it that there's pretty much no class out there that you're breaking even by no means. I mean that's why we have to have sponsors on a race car, because if not, you almost couldn't do it. So, I don't know. I feel like, I will put this out there. I'll say this. Ryan just asked, do you have to buy tires from there and only race those? No. He's just going to have tires available from there. So, because us guys around here, we can't ever find tires. So they're going to have, being at their INEX sanction now, they're going to have tires available to purchase there. So that's a good thing for us here. I know you're hooked up with a shop there. I know they probably get you tires and stuff. So you're still good to bring whatever. The only, I think there's a tire rule, INEX tire rule, what, it can't punch below like a 60, 61.
Yeah, like that.
So, $700, Douglas, for a set of Legend Car tires. They're similar. They're a little bit smaller than like the, what was that, a
800?
800. They're a little bit smaller than that. A little bit narrower anyway. But in saying that, I know I've heard on the good side, our tires, they're pretty good for about 6 races.
Yeah.
So it's not a terrible thing, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm with you on running a different tire there, Douglas. I am with you on that. But that's an argument for another day too. So anyway, so we'll try it out, see how it goes. See if what makes a difference. See if there's different folk coming in because it is INEX sanctioned track now. I think there will be. I think we'll have the crowd from probably 316, more of those guys coming down to run. I could see the Joe Ryan guys. I could see them coming there if they're guys, if they got any guys racing for points. I think Keelan. I think all their guys are pretty much.
Have to see Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, and I'm not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're gonna be there like every race or nothing, but I feel like it's obviously potential for them to be down there for sure. So anyway, guys, want to throw it up here real quick. Go check out our buddy Skylar Whitfield. Check him out, SkylarWhitfield.live. It's his website. Go check him out. This week coming, March 20th, he will be at the Waterway Sports Bar and Spirits in Myrtle Beach. The 22nd, be at Fillets Waterfront in Myrtle Beach. And 23rd, he's going to be over at Bristol Motor Speedway singing the national anthem. And I think he's going to be up in the booth with our buddy Terry Radford. So y'all come over, check him out. If you're in the Myrtle Beach area, going on vacation, some of y'all on spring break, going down there, kids on spring break, stop at one of these spots and check out our buddy Skylar Whitfield. He's got some good music, very good guitar player. I love to watch him, love to hear him. Y'all check him out on Spotify, Apple, all them places too. All this music streaming sources. Check him out, Skylar Whitfield. Check him out at his website again, SkylarWhitfield.live. And come hear him sing the national anthem at Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend. So, well, before we get into all the other racing, I guess we got a few sponsors here to talk about. SRI Performance, guys, they're your one-stop shop for all things racing. So y'all head over to SRI Performance, get all your needs for your racing hobby while you're over there, or career, whatever you want to call it. So get online at www.sriperformance.com. Fill up that cart. When you get it all filled up, put in promo code CBONE10. C as in
chicken.
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout. Also, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. Same deal. A sister company to SRI, or actually, I guess more parent company, because that's the one Greg first opened. Greg Fridelli first opened Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. So head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. They got all for any fab work you're doing, any materials you need, guys. They got all the stuff for you. So head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, get all that good jazz. Also, Profab headers and exhaust, guys. They are quality that wins. They are, and that is their slogan because it's 100% true. Brandon Overton put it on them down there at the at Talladega in the Hunting Front Series, and he's got some profab hitters on that ride. So y'all go check him out. Call our buddy Andy down there, and he will get you hooked up. Profab headers and exhaust, guys. Perfect stuff for sure. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Anything you need far as horsepower, guys, head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. They got a great crate program, and any V8 style engine you want, they are on top of it. So head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines, pick you up some horsepower today. All right, we had Bristol this week. Started out with a truck race on Saturday.
Yeah.
Did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I watched kind of the back half of it, I reckon. It was all right. I don't know. It wasn't a kind of a tame Bristol race, I guess, for what I saw. But that was pretty good. Good to see Christian Eggers get a win there.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I saw Stuart Friesen was not happy at the end of the race.
One thing that happened there.
I
didn't see what happened though. I saw him wreck, but I didn't see.
They what's his name? They got in an argument with
Was it Sanchez?
Sanchez, Nick Sanchez. Yep, Nick Sanchez. Nick Sanchez was running the high line. It was a racing deal. It was completely a racing deal. Nick Sanchez running the high line. Stewart run low line. They come out of, I don't know if it was 2 or 4, but anyway, Stewart comes off the bottom. Sanchez coming around the top, and when they met, it just met nose to bumper as they were getting to the wall. That's a race.
How it goes, yeah.
I mean, it was a racing deal. I mean, he was mad. Yeah, Sanchez could probably see it coming more than anything. He probably could have backed out a little bit, but I mean,
you don't have to,
Yeah, you don't have to. So he's ruffling some feathers first of this year. That's for sure. I don't know, but so that was kind of like you said. What I saw was pretty tame.
I thought my boy Kyle might get it done, but I think he got too tight there.
He says he's having some trouble with them trucks now for some reason. He's starting to doubt himself, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could tell it's just wasn't turning though. I mean, it didn't look.
Yeah.
It didn't look real good all race. He kind of muzzled it up front for a while, but it didn't. I don't know. They don't look quite as. I think. I don't know if the Chevy deal is quite as good. I think Toyota poured a lot into the trucks. He always had a good truck under him too. But
I heard that Chevrolet really don't put a whole lot.
I'm saying they just don't look like they quite have.
Yeah.
Much speed as they used to in general.
Yeah.
So
but the thing is about it is, there's probably some sim stuff that's probably the most important part. Everybody's running the same motor now.
Yeah.
Literally the only difference is the nose and the tail on the trucks, and I would hope, Arrow's not playing too much there. So I would say it's probably some sim stuff
stuff here and there, I guess.
Yeah.
But just I don't know. So,
who knows?
Anyway.
Well, Sunday came around, and as of right now, especially by Jeff Gluck's poll, this is probably the most exciting. Well, it is the most exciting race of the year so far. The one that is said is the best race, and I don't know.
I'm kind of the dissenting opinion. I don't know, and I will agree it was definitely more exciting than the short tracks have been with this next gen car.
Yeah,
more excited than Bristol. But I've said it before. I'm not a big tire. I don't think tire fall off is a solution. But
you don't think?
I don't know. I'd rather just see him have more horsepower and just be able to go. Tire management, obviously you don't want to, you shouldn't be able to run qualifying laps. I guess I might be asking for something impossible, but
what I'm going to ask about that is, say there's more horsepower, like you've been asking for, isn't that going to make it also a tire
they're
conservation
going to fall off some
game?
more, but I don't want tires shredding after 50 laps.
Well, it's like Denny Hamlin said on his podcast. He said, we just weren't expecting it. He said, the thing is, we could have loaded them cars up last night, and NASCAR come to him and say, everybody stay here. We're going to run another 200 laps tomorrow, but y'all can work on your car and do whatever you want to it within the rules, obviously.
Yeah.
He said, instead of 50 laps, he said we'd be able to run 80 laps tomorrow. He said it's just a few adjustments.
Yeah, of course.
Biggest thing is the track just didn't take rubber.
That must have something with the resin or
the
tire compound was softer. I've never seen in all the races I've watched NASCAR the rubber build up on the high side. I mean it was
probably
rubber up there.
Well, it was before your time, or either you might have been real little. I remember Martinsville doing the same exact thing one year. And there was a couple other races. There was a lot of races through the 90s. That's how a lot of tracks looked.
Yeah.
Just looked like tires just shredded up there on top.
Yeah, but just in the Gen 6 Plus.
Yeah.
Not since the Indy debacle.
Yes. Well, and that's what scared Goodyear away from making a softer tire was, they didn't want to have tires just blowing out constantly. I kind of enjoyed it.
It was interesting. Yeah.
It was different.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just something we haven't seen lately. I wish the tire wouldn't have just shredded like it did, it's coming off in strings like that.
I mean, like Kyle Busch was like about to make a pass for the lead, and it's just like light switch. He can't hold on. He's spinning out.
Right. It'd have been better to me if the tire just worn evenly. Just maybe a tire blister and
wear out, but not be in danger of blowing out.
Just not a light switch like you said.
I guess you give them credit. They actually tried something. They did not have been over aggressive, but they actually tried something this time.
Thing is, they didn't try anything. That is the exact same tire they ran in the fall. Yeah. But what Hamlin was saying was he talked with his team guys and engineers, and I guess they had talked with Goodyear and stuff like that. They said for whatever reason, if that track is below, I think he said, if the air temperature typically is below 65 degrees, that track will not, with that tire, it will not take rubber.
Yeah.
It'll string up.
It's weird. I mean, it's out of the blue.
Very weird. Very weird. But it was so funny listening to the drivers because some of them were like, and it was really funny that Denny, Martin Truex, and Brad Keselowski were top guys because they were probably some of the last one. They're the oldest guys out there.
Yeah,
they're some of the last ones that ran when tires had done similar thing or worn similarly before. But there was guys like Kyle Larson. He hated it.
Yeah, I just don't like seeing them. I mean, you get after they knew what they were doing, they just rode. You could tell they weren't going very fast to the corners. I don't know. I like to see them still getting it, trying to race.
And it's changed now because we've talked about it. Tires a little different now, but we've watched Cars Tour races before. Tires weren't doing that necessarily, but it was very similar. Yeah, that's what I say. You had to conserve.
That's not my favorite type of racing either, but
yeah,
I mean, long race tires wear out.
Exactly. But what I did like about it was it put it more in the driver's hands to your throttle and brake control.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go in there and slide the tires anymore. You didn't want to spin the tires. And so I did like it that, and I think, and I will say, Denny Hamlin, Kyle would be one of them too. Kyle just, dude, they can't get it this year for some reason.
I think it kind of caught them off guard because all of a sudden they had that long run, stage 2.
Exactly. But I don't think that's no coincidence that those guys are up there because those were the last ones that ran the big horsepower cars.
That's a skill for sure. I don't know. I'm hoping we can find a happy medium there. But hey, that's crazy. I mean, the last stage of that race where people are just pitting here and there, and all of a sudden this guy's barely putting around the track because he's killed his tires, and
that's the funny thing. I think you could go and run that race back with what they know, and it just be a completely different race.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they got low numbers, and they're running this tire pressure, this camber, and this everything.
Well, I noticed a lot of them. The ones that when they would show a tire that was corded and just stringing out there, it was always on that inside edge. I'm like, it looked like y'all running a little too much camber to me.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously have to be aggressive, but
yeah.
Richmond's coming up 2 weeks. If they bring the same tire back, I don't know. It'll be asphalt and it'll be different. But
I feel like there's something to learn off of it, though.
Yeah, at least to try out something. You
Exactly.
got to make short track. Bristol's got to be a good race. You can't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's NASCAR come to if we don't want to watch Bristol and Martinsville anymore? So hey, try something.
I did hear him talking about, and it kind of. I actually sent a tweet if anybody, a tweet or a post on X, whatever it is now. They were talking about on the morning drive this morning, saying they were comparing the numbers between, or the attendance between last spring.
It was definitely better.
It was, but last spring was also on Easter.
Yeah.
I personally think that hurt it.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying back to the last spring race they ran Bristol Concrete.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, that only had the front back trailer.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't prime NASCAR, but it was a little better than it had
For
been.
sure. I don't know. I guess I was one that I didn't mind the dirt.
I didn't mind the dirt. I'd rather see it at a actual dirt track or maybe an all-star race or something.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that.
I wasn't vehemently against it, but
I guess because I went to it. I think everybody that went to it was like, "This is all right."
Yeah,
this isn't
it
bad.
always raced pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
it was something different.
Yeah,
I think is what it was, and so I wish they'd bring dirt back. Put trucks back.
The trucks
on
need to be
dirt track.
outdoor. I mean,
They need to be
that was the
outdoor.
greatest
They need to
race,
be.
like,
Yeah, that was awesome.
ever. Knoxville it's all right.
Knoxville didn't have enough banking.
I'm saying they were sliding into each other and wreck and this and that, but
Yeah,
the dirt derby was amazing.
That
I
was.
look forward to that. Also.
it was. Really was. Guys, also want to thank our good friends over at Fresh Chef. If you are in the Race City area, up at towards Concord, towards Charlotte, Mooresville, anywhere up there, check out Fresh Chef. They are, some of the best food you will ever buy. The Fresh Chef got some of the best atmosphere, some of the best drinks, everything you want in a perfect restaurant, they got it. So head over to Fresh Chef. Also, our good friends over at Dixie Made. They're on my car this year. They're also on the show here. So appreciate Dixie Made coming on, and as always, and go check them out here in Florence, South Carolina, right over by the flea market, right there on Palmetto Street, Highway 76. All the brands that everybody wants, guys, girls, both of you. It's all the clothing brands, the Southern apparel, as I like to call it. So y'all head over to Dixie Made and get all the good stuff you want. Also RevMax Racing apparel. They got all your suit needs, your driving suit needs. 2 layers, multi-layer SFI rated, single layer cart suits, all that good stuff. Y'all head over to RevMax Racing Apparel, Facebook, Instagram, all those good things. Check them out. Order your suit today. Also, MPM Marketing, McAllister Precision Marketing. Head over to www.marketwithmpm.com and give our friend Tanya, because you got to be in that marketing game and know the people that you need to know to move up in this world, or to move up in the racing world anyway. So head over to www.marketwithmpm.com. Speaking of, I looked over there and Lee Falk Development Racing was over, or Lee Falk Racing was over there this week, and with Tony Brightinger. Mm-hmm. They did not have a good night though.
It was not.
I don't know what was going on there. I don't think that's Tony's first race at Florence.
No, she's been there.
I think so. She was there with a few different deals over there. So I don't know what went on. It was a kind of abnormal struggle for that team for sure. So anyway, what else we got?
March Madness.
March Madness. Yep. Basketball.
See if the Gamecocks pull off any magic there.
What you feeling about it? I ain't watched none of it, so
I mean, they're a usual Gamecock team. They're up and down, so we'll have to see which one shows up. But I'd just want them to win one. I don't want to be a first round exit. I want them to at least win one game, and we'll see what happens.
They're playing first round.
Playing Oregon.
Oregon, how's Oregon?
I mean, I can't say I watch the Oregon's games, but they're an 11 seed. We're 6 seeds, so
Okay.
we're the favorites, obviously. But it's March. Whatever happens, happens. We'll see. But at least we're there this time. I can say that
for sure. I do want to talk about real quick the craziness that went on in the dirt side of the world, real quick, from last week. I guess we got to touch on it. Hudson O'Neal. I'd all of a sudden got some messages asking if I had heard anything last week. So I had to look into it, and all my sources were still pointing to no, that Hudson was staying at Rocket. Well, then all of a sudden Hudson O'Neal comes out and says he was leaving the Rocket 1 car immediately. Didn't have any plans. He was trying to put together some stuff, but didn't have anything set to run anywhere else. Even though he was on the Lucas Tour this year, and so don't know what happened. Nobody really knows what. There's been a ton of speculation, but nobody knows other than them. Kind of wild. Which then turned to everybody was like, okay, well, who's going in the Rocket in the 1? There was a bunch of names put out there. Our buddy here in South Carolina, Racing Jason, he called every shot on it. I don't know where he had his insider knowledge from, but he called every shot on. T-Mac, Tim McCready, left Paler Motorsports over there, left the Longhorn side, and is in the Rocket 1 house car now. So change the scenery for both of them, and it was a.
Does it say what he's doing or not?
He said he had two. He didn't say who it was. He said he wasn't even really going to put anything out there yet, but he did have the next 2 races locked down in a ride.
I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see
what it shows up in.
Exactly. Next 2 Lucas races, he said he had locked down. So I feel like he's got some options. Hudson's too good.
That's what I'm saying.
Hudson O'Neal's way too good, and it was just really surprising. The biggest thing that was surprising, obviously something went on behind the scenes. Whatever happened, I mean, I hate it because Hudson O'Neal in that Rocket 1 car was fast, really, really, really fast. They were winning races. I mean, like, every other week. I mean, they were competing for wins every week in it. So it was a big, big surprise to me. For sure. So we'll see how to do. Wish them all well, for sure. We'll see what happens with it and what goes on. What else we got?
I don't know. I think we've about covered it. We'll see how it goes this Saturday.
We will see how it goes this Saturday. But y'all come out to Dillon Motor Speedway, the Carolina Pro Late Models, and the Carolina Crate Modifieds will be in action. So, and we got some news coming up next week. We'll wait till next week to unveil that, but we got some news. There's also, I'm just going to put it this way. Y'all be watching social media. There's I don't want to say either side, but there's going to be some more news for us coming out that I think is pretty exciting. That's going on here close to us. I'll put it that way. I talked to Connor about it the other day. I got some insider knowledge on it. It's going to be, just be watching social media. As soon as something breaks on it, we'll share it. I don't want to put it out from under anybody. For sure. So y'all be watching our social media, and I think the majority of y'all will like this. There are some probably won't or don't care, but the majority of y'all will like this. It's pretty cool. So anyway. All right, want to thank everybody for helping us out, as always, on here. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all you guys tuning in and hanging out with us each week. I guess y'all go to a racetrack closest to you, or you want to travel to one, just go to a racetrack this weekend. There's plenty of races going on. Hopefully that R word stays away. But there's plenty of racing going on, so y'all go find a racetrack. Race season's pretty much back up and going, about at least the southern portion of the states anyway. I know Some northern guys not going yet, but they getting ready, gearing up to go. So anyway, thank all y'all. Thank everybody for helping us out. And I guess we will see y'all next time.
Later.